Hello everyone, and welcome to the final video in the Shark Tank series. I believe my screen is where we left off. At this point, make sure you save your templates. Again, you cannot save this thing enough. And then go ahead and close. So we are at the point where we want to run the report. Now we can do this two ways, and I'm going to show you both. First, if we're on this screen, you just click Run Reports. If you're somewhere around here, remember, go back to Reports, and this time we're going to click Run Reports and Run Infographic. Now you do have to add sites. So hopefully you wrote down those top 3 sites from your suitability analysis. If you didn't, let's go through how to do that really quick. So back to maps. I will say this is one thing I like about a business analyst is it is relatively easy to get back to where you were. I just went to my table of contents. I'm under suitability. I'm going to click edit layer on this top one. And I do have all of these set to index, so that is good. And I can see my top 3 counties right here, so I may just want to take a screenshot of that. There it is. All right, and back to reports. Back to run reports. We're actually still in the same spot. We're going to add sites. And we can search for them because they are not in, actually they are in state order because sure, why not? So I'm just gonna pull up my screenshot really quick. And the first county on my list is Douglas County, Colorado, which lucky for me, that is currently on my screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that. The second one is Collin County, Texas. So you can search or, just scroll. There aren't that many. Up to you. And finally, Hamilton County, Indiana. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and click apply. You can see the selected sites 3. You can always click to make sure you click the right ones. And then I'm going to close the standard infographics and go to my infographics and go ahead and check the one I was doing, which I think is this one. I can always check by hovering over this little picture example. Yeah, that's the correct one. So I called it Shark Tank example. Good to know. And do not click export infographics. Make sure you are on, just says run, not export. This costs a lot of credits, and it's hidden credits that they don't tell you about, so please don't do that. This run side by side for all isn't super effective. As you can see, it really can only show one part at a time, so it's fun to check, but not great for this project. What we are going to do is go ahead to our first county, and in this case, this is Douglas County. I'm going to go ahead and click run. And then I want you to take a screenshot of this. Now, I know you're really tempted to export it, but the export is also going to be an image, so you might as well just take a screenshot, and it doesn't cost any credits. So we're going to go ahead and take a screenshot. And then I am actually going to want to open that screenshot and give it a name. So I'm just opening up my snipping tool and bringing it up here. I'm going to go ahead and save this guy. And I'm going to call this Douglas County, maybe, Colorado. And I'm just going to go ahead and save it. I will put it on my desktop. Okay, so you're going to do that for the other 2. Now the nice thing is once you are in the infographic viewer, all you have to do is go up to this top part where it says site. This is actually the name of the site. You don't want to edit that unless you want to edit that here. Just click here and go to add to sites to compare. All right, don't do that. It's just being a pain. Just go ahead and click the X. This what do I want to say? This interface is always changing, so I try things that worked in the past and don't always work now. All right, here's my second one. I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of that one, same process. And then I'm going to grab my third one, Hamilton County. And I'm gonna grab my screenshot. All right, we are almost done with this project. You do have to build a story map. There are requirements for that in the actual assignment document, but I do want to show you one last thing you can do with your infographics, and it really just depends on how you want to incorporate this in your story map. You can absolutely just use the images you downloaded, or if you would like, you can go back to Maps one last time. You can go to Share Results one last time. And in this time, we're going to do an ArcGIS dashboard. Don't do a story map. It's just a bad choice. It creates a story map within a story map. It's not good for anybody. But you can do a dashboard. And it's specifically saying that it's going to give you infographics. So you want many sites, same infographic. Go ahead and click Next. Then you can choose side or main. You can edit this later. I'm just going to choose side. I like this one. And then I'm going to add sites. So one last time, Douglas County, Colorado, Collin County, Texas, and Hamilton County, Indiana. Apply. Next. Then you must select your infographic. Remember, you don't want standard infographics. You want my infographics. This time it's on the bottom for some reason. Again, if you're not sure which one, if you have multiple, you can hover, go ahead and click. Select default for infographic display. Yeah, just do auto. And then go ahead and give this a title. So Shark Tank Infographics. And then you don't have to share it. Just go ahead and click create. So your dashboard's being created, you'll receive a message and it's doing its little thing down here. So we'll just give that a second to finish. Now keep in mind, you only have to use one of these two methods. If you want to use the dashboard, use the dashboard. If you want to use the images, use the images. It's really up to you. I will say that creating this dashboard does not use a lot of credits. I have verified this a few times. Okay, it's all ready, so go ahead and click Edit. Oh, that's always a good sign. Okay. Bear with me. There's my dashboard. I'm going to edit dashboard. It takes you to the same place that if that button had actually worked. Okay. So here's what I like about this dashboard format is you can change your county on the side, and it does actually zoom into a map. Now, the layer in this map is terrible. It is the default layer from Business Analyst with barely drawn boundaries. Because this is a dashboard, if you want to edit this, you can go to Configure, General, maybe Map, maybe not. Nope, apparently can't edit this map. That's fine. It is a map. It has your locations on it. It's better than putting it on the infographic. If you experimented with that, you'll see that it is pretty terrible. In fact, it looks exactly like this, where all you see is the outline of the county and no context. That's why I like the dashboard, because it does allow you to see your three locations in relation to one another. And then you also have your three infographics. So here is Collin County, Texas, Douglas County, Colorado, and Hamilton. And to embed this dashboard, it's the same as embedding anything in a story map. Make sure you save it. And you will just get the HTML for it. I'm playing with buttons. I do that sometimes. Yeah, there's no way to fix this map. That's okay. All right, so let's go to content for this. Dashboard. And then there is the URL to embed in your story map. Okay, I think that's all you need at this point. There's been some great posting in the troubleshooting already, so if you do have any questions, please go ahead and post them. I'll do my best to answer them, and yeah, have fun.